Hey everybody, we are officially at playoffs, and stage 3, we're not going to talk about it. We're just going to go right into playoffs. This is a tough one actually. This is probably harder than any other of the stages because I feel like almost all of these matches are coin flip matches. All of these matches could go the other way, from what I'm thinking. But I'm gonna do my best here, and yeah. So first we have Furia versus Pain. This one I think I have the easiest decision for this one. I think it's gonna be Furia, and it's because I don't think Pain is gonna be able to handle the pressure of the stage and the crowd at a major playoff. You could see in that last group stage match against VP, they were already like almost crumbling against the pressure of even qualifying to playoffs. And another thing is Snow. Man, he has been underperforming. He got carried in that game against VP. He was kind of just a liability in that game. And another thing about Furia, let's talk about Furia. Furia is just an all-around great team right now. And they're already used to crowds. They're already used to big playoffs. I believe they went 4th place at PGL Estania. So they already have the experience. Molodoy, however early he is into his career, he already has that crowd experience. Ikender has that crowd experience. Fallen, Quesarado, Yuri, they all have that experience to be able to not crumble under the pressure of the crowd. And that's something that I think Pain doesn't have. And all around, I think Furia is just a better roster. So I'm going to be going with Furia to make semifinals here. Now, this is one of the coin flip matches. This is actually a 50-50. I cannot decide. FaZe and the Mongolz. These teams have played each other before, and they've beaten each other before. And it's really hard to decide. My concern with the Mongolz is pressure under the crowd, but I mean, they've already experienced that in Shanghai last year. So the crowd isn't actually that much of an issue anymore. And with FaZe, I mean, they look great. They actually exceeded my expectations in stage 3, and we have to acknowledge playoff FaZe is something that exists. They just activate during the playoffs for some reason. Frozen's been looking great. Simple's been looking great. I think the make or break for FaZe making it to semifinals here is if Elige is going to play well. I think there's a lot on Elige to perform here and really bring him over to the semifinals. And with the Mongolz, let's not overlook the Mongolz. They can totally win this. I still think this is a total 50-50. Because Senzu is looking incredible in the group stage. He broke the record for most kills in regulation in a map. Unreal. So, this is really a coin toss. And I'm going to go with FaZe. I think the star power will push them through, and I think Elige will have a great showing. But man, this is a really tough pick. This is an incredibly tough pick. Next up, we have Navi versus Vitality. Now, most people would immediately jump for Vitality, but I actually think Navi has a good chance to actually win this game. JL's looking good. Bit's looking okay-ish. I mean, the team is in much better form than anyone else was really expecting them to be in for this major. That being said, I think Vitality still wins this. Other than that loss to Legacy, which was in a best of 1, and really it was just Legacy getting smoke spam kills all the time. Other than that, Vitality has been dominant so far this major, and I don't expect that to end here. I just think Navi will put up a fight. I don't think it's going to be a total blowout. And now, this is another coin flip match right here. We have Spirit versus Mouz, and I am going to go with Spirit, even though Mouz can totally beat them. I just wasn't really impressed by what I saw from Mouz on the group stage. They almost lost. I mean, if they almost lost to Legacy, and if Legacy didn't crumble under the pressure, we'd be talking about legacy in this playoffs, but yeah, they didn't make it. So I'm going with Spirit. Spirit's looking really good. 3-0 through the group stage. Yeah, I'm going with Spirit. All right, let's talk about the first semifinal. Furia versus FaZe. Whew, this is a heater of a semifinal, but Furia has a decent shot of winning this, but I'm gonna go with FaZe, just because I think the star power on FaZe is superior, and this is still we're still pretty early into this Furia roster, so I don't know if maybe we'll get a honeymoon run, but I don't think FaZe is also kind of having their own honeymoon run right now with Simple, so I think FaZe's honeymoon run is going to prevail over Furia's. Now we have Vitality versus Spirit. We've seen this before. Vitality has beaten Spirit many times before this year, and I don't think much will change. I'm picking Vitality to make the grand final against FaZe Clan. We are going to get a Simple versus Zywoo grand final. And when I'm thinking about this is FaZe's third grand final in a row. Can they finally bring it over the edge? Can they finally bring it over the edge? And it's really, really tough for me to decide if they can. Oh man, okay, who did FaZe lose to in group stage? They lost to Aurora, which is fine. It's okay to lose to Aurora in a best of one. And how about stage 2? How'd they do there? Okay, they had to play the 2. They had to play the 2-2. But listen, I can't even look at FaZe's group stage records because we already know playoff FaZe is a thing. FaZe will look terrible in the group stages, but they'll still make their way to the grand final of the major. So, third time's a charm for FaZe. The third time in a row. Is Elige going to win a major? I'm going to have a bold prediction here, and I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say FaZe wins the major, and that's what I'm going to pick. This is a coin flip match, and I think FaZe is going to win that coin flip.